Hey guys, Accountability Angel here, and we are reporting from Normal, Illinois at the Normal Police Department. It's about 11:30 on Memorial Day. Figure we better get it done today based on everybody that sacrificed their lives for ours and for our rights. We did have pretty decent reviews here, so we're going to hope that whoever we meet today holds up to it. We can't hit City Hall. That's right there because they're closed today for the holiday. Ooh. Oh, look. We got more of those drug deactivation things. When I first got them at 1PD, I thought they were like Narcan. Don't work. How you doing? Can I get 2 FOIA request forms and an officer complaint form?
Are you recording or?
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Let me see. I don't know if we have any FOIA did you know that you can get the FOIA forms online?
Yeah, I'm not currently using online.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can find them.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks a lot. Good to see you.
Hello.
How are you?
Come on back. Come on.
I don't want to come in the back. I just wanted to ask the questions.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to step in here or would you rather stay out here?
I'd just rather stay out here.
Okay, go right ahead.
I just want to know if I can file a complaint anonymously or if I have to sign it off. Like, just give you the info and say, hey, you want to deal with it?
I know in July you totally can because there's a House bill that's going to go into effect where you can do that. I would imagine that you probably can as well. Did she give you the paperwork?
Yeah, she gave me it all.
I think you should be able to. I mean, we take any complaint, all of them, by phone, computer, email, whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Yeah, because that's what I was trying to find out. Because sometimes people retaliate against you when they find out you said something.
Okay, yeah. We don't do that. I've been here 25 years and we've never done that.
Yeah, you never know when it's going to start.
You're right. People can do strange and crazy things. But yeah, I would, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And you can, and I'm sorry about the way our FOIA thing is set up. We used to have a form we could hand you, but now everything seems to be online. So she looked, I looked, I can't find it.
Yeah, I was like, well, at least she gave it a solid effort.
But if you call these guys tomorrow, they're really, really good at helping you find a way to get to that. So if you're looking for like body worn camera video or in-car camera video or anything for police report wise and stuff like that. They're really good. Mindy is fantastic, and Angie both are fantastic helping people get their stuff together.
Awesome.
So
Do the officers, if they refuse to give me their name,
yeah.
Should I just identify them the best I can and
No,
give it to you guys?
What's really easy for us to do, as long as you have the location and the time and the date.
That's all. You'll know who it is.
It's easy.
Are they required to ID when they are engaged?
Yeah, I've never. If somebody, like, if you ask me, hey, Sarge, what's your full name, badge number, all that kind of thing, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you my card. I'm gonna do all my.
Yeah, that's what I thought was supposed to happen with them.
We're typically supposed to do that. I mean, I don't necessarily know why they wouldn't. I mean, unless it was
hiding something.
I don't know. I mean, this day, and nothing surprises me anymore, to be quite honest with you. But
yeah,
were they uniformed or plain clothes? Do you remember?
Uniformed.
Okay, yeah. So, and that's easy for.
Yeah, it's so good for police community relations to just go ahead and say your dang name.
Yeah,
Come on.
Man, that's the way to do it. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know why. Did any of them not identify themselves, or what was?
At this point, I don't want to get too deep in it, but
Sure.
I have run into the issue. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, yeah. All right. But yeah, we typically, we want our guys and gals to identify themselves, and stuff. Yeah. It's easier that way. I mean, with my business card, if you want to call me, call me. Is that easy? I mean, because
that's the way to be.
Phone with me, all the time and stuff. So yeah, we typically train our people to do that. There would have to be some kind of strange, unusual, or extreme circumstance.
Yeah, I could get it. They're like being undercover brothers or something, but
right. Yeah, especially like if it was something where a call happens or a traffic stop, even if you're just as a witness, want to come up, because I've had that happen before, like, hey, you mind if I, because I had a situation where in Uptown, we had a guy that I went to college with, actually, and unfortunately, he was causing a disturbance.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I know each other going way back. Unfortunately, with his situation now, he comes off as being super aggressive, and so he attracts attention, and so people film him, and a lot of times when he's not on his medication.
Oh, yeah.
So he sees me, it's he'll come to me aggressively, but we usually hug. Because that's how we call it, because that's just how him and I are. I go way back with him, and he's going through a lot. And so in that situation, a guy had been filming me in the situation. He came up and asked for my information, like, yeah, you can totally have it. I mean, and stuff. So what he did with that, I don't know. I mean, to this day and stuff. And I've had that happen a couple of times on stops, where people will just kind of be there, just like, hey, would you mind if I get it? Yeah. And that's totally cool.
It might as well, if you're doing the right thing, who cares, right?
And that's the thing. Oh, you cut through. Thanks for the sandwich.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, I mean, it's just so much better. Just to be transparent about everything and anything, because we work in the public eye. We're constantly being asked by the public to do things for them, to serve them, to help them. Sometimes we have to take enforcement action.
Yeah.
It's not the fun part by any means, but it's better if people just know who the heck we are. You know what I mean? And there's no, and that's, and even with the, with the masks and stuff like that. I mean, if somebody, I've had that happen a couple of times too, where I'll stop someone or come in contact, sir, would you mind if I could see your face? I mean, yeah, sure, I'll like this is what I look like. So, but I just wear it because it's a policy thing.
That is smart though. It does cover half your face.
Yeah, and I've been vaccinated since I was the first one to get vaccinated here, so I've been good to go for a long time. Yeah, so, so it's easy for you to get that information as long as just if you can go back and date, time, location, you're going to get everybody. So it's easy to find out. Most because it's really rare when somebody like stops out on a call or a traffic stop and doesn't identify to Metcom that they're not there. Even if that does happen, our cameras pick up everything. So I mean,
I had one where he had his body cam on, and he purposely took his phone out, and because I had my phone rolling, while I was trying to deal with him, he decides to pull his phone out, start recording me and use the phone to block the body cam at that moment. And I was like, what are you doing that for anyway? Because you already got me on your cam if it's on.
Yeah.
So it was strange. It was
I
very
know.
strange.
And that's something, that's just silly.
And that was one he didn't want to identify,
Yeah,
probably for a reason.
Well, I want you to know I did not record you. I would have asked for consent. So
Perfect.
that's, so I mean, that's something, but yeah, that's just, I mean, I don't
It's
have to.
childish.
Yeah,
Very
that's
childish.
something, and that's where, somebody, that's stuff like that gets us in trouble. You know what I mean?
And that's what I told him. I said, way to be a terrible representation of this department.
Yeah.
I told him off. I wasn't messing around. I was mad about that.
But the good thing is, and I tell people, and stuff, if there's something we're not doing right, get on in here. Call me, stop by, do whatever, because this place, we run a tight ship. I can tell you that, without hesitation. I mean, we go above and beyond in terms of policing our own people.
Good.
And we have an extremely progressive discipline when it comes to our own folks and stuff like that.
That's good to hear.
Around,
Because you guys are trusted with such great things.
The nice thing about it is that we can do it, and because there's technically supposed to be 85 of us, but right now there's only.
I dug one up for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, MVP.
That's it. So and so with that being small, right now we're about under 80. It's easy for us from the chief down to just walk downstairs and say, hey, what the heck, and talk, because we just know everybody so well. It's like a fairly big department, but small in its own sense. So like any of our new people, you get to know them that quickly. We just cross paths too much and stuff. If we were like Chicago PD, where there's thousands of people, it would be harder. It's harder to police larger departments because they're spread to the four winds and everything like that. Whereas with a place like this, everybody. Even like I was just talking to my cousin. He's a lieutenant with Champaign PD, and even there, they have at least 40 to 50 officers more than we do, but they know everybody. Everybody knows each other because you're constantly interacting. You're still not, memory-wise, you're still not too big not to know everybody. And with them, and even with us too, you get to know Bloomington PD or Urbana in their case.
Oh yeah.
Everyone gets to know each other.
It's big enough to get the job done.
Exactly. So, but however you want to handle this in regards to the complaint, whether you want to remain anonymous or not, that's up to you. I mean, either way, it's going to get looked at. I mean, and everything.
Okay.
So what happens? Once we take the complaint, it goes straight up. So so either our chief or I don't know, our A chief looks at it and then sends it back down, and then the lieutenants typically investigate a lot of those.
Good. Now, what if I wanted to say only give my email if they needed to contact me? Would they make sure that that's protected if I wish to remain anonymous
Absolutely.
still?
Just make sure in your narrative, just indicate that this is the situation. You can contact me with questions and or follow up, but I just want to keep my name out of this.
Yeah. I think that's about where we're at.
I totally understand. It doesn't happen a lot, but we've done that before. I mean, it's very easy to do. So, I mean, and most of the time, especially if it's something like where, let's say you're on the outside looking in at the situation involving someone else or anything like that, they don't necessarily know that it's you anyway, because they may think that, okay, wow, okay, I stopped this guy or whatever, we got into it, but I didn't, did he, that part of it doesn't matter. I mean, we just have to deal with the violation if there is one and stuff. And it's easy. It's very, very, compared to like when I first started as a sergeant, it was a lot harder to follow up on things because our camera system, we had in-car right away, but we didn't have the body cams until a couple of years ago. And stuff.
I love that they're starting to all get the body cams. Now they're going to have to. I think that, and the thing is, sometimes the citizens are proven to be lying themselves.
That does happen.
It protects you guys too.
And it's both ways exactly, and it's great evidence. I mean, it's just win-win. When sometimes the one weird thing that does happen from time to time is these things that can actually get knocked off. So as you can see, it clips into this magnet, and then the magnet is behind my shirt, and then there's like a little bitty oh crap thing it's stuck to my vest. And I've had a couple situations when we're struggling with somebody to take them into custody where it gets knocked off and stuff, you know. And if you've watched the videos of the shooting that they had where the officer was killed in Champaign, a couple of their cameras got knocked off when they were struggling with the suspect, or when one of the guys was shot and killed. He went down and his camera got knocked off when he hit the ground. So,
it's terrible. I was just thinking about that on my way here, actually.
It's hard, you know, and that's something. You know, I finally watched it yesterday, and you know, and I know people involved. And as I said, my cousin works there, and it was hard. I thought about it all yesterday at work, and I thought about it last night. And you know, my wife and I, she watched it. We talked about it, kind of debriefed it amongst ourselves, and it's something that there's a lot of lessons to be learned. But it just breaks your heart for everybody involved. I mean, because
really
it's something,
brings it home.
Well, yeah, and it's, you know, and then I went back to myself. I'm like, okay, this guy goes down to the car. Maybe he's gotten into it with his girlfriend. He's upset for whatever reasons, you know, and if he's just got out to talk to those guys, even if he was worried about probation or whatever he was worried about, they may never even dealt with the gun. If he had the gun in the car, it looks like it was already there, you know, as opposed to him bringing it out. That's just an assumption. No one really knows. And I think that, you know, and I just thought, like, wow, what if that would have happened? You know, we're never having all these things, you know, this sad, you know, funeral and all these people that, and that's the bad thing about, like, when with our situation, you know, if we get, you know, somebody gets killed or really hurt in the line of duty. We've had that happen here where we've had a guy working right now got really, really hurt. It's like throwing a rock in a pond, because the ripple effect, it really affects so many people, because, and we were just talking about that, you know, it makes folks realize, do I still want to stay in this field? If I'm close to retirement, will this push me to do that? I don't ever want to be in that situation, or I lost my best friend. You know, there's just so many things that happen with that. Also, the same thing happens when we screw up and someone gets, you know, you've seen it nationally. I mean, and stuff, the ripple effect of when, you know, when we make a mistake and someone gets killed.
I was just up in Kenosha, and when I went there, I didn't even think about the fact until I saw everything on the buildings. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
They just bashed out everything.
Yeah, they took it.
It's still like that just a month ago.
Too, whether you agree with the officers, how he acted during that, and later with the kid doing what he did, my goodness gracious. And that's it's a bigger town, but it's a pretty peaceful area. It used to be.
Yeah, it seemed pretty nice when I was up there for the first time.
Yeah, which is wild. So you know, that's something that you never, ever want. I mean, that to happen. I can tell you that personally and professionally, because there's too much at stake. I mean, you know, but I mean, every now and again, it's just
sometimes it's inevitable.
It's
inevitable. You have to. Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes people act like you were unjustified when really comes out and you were.
Yeah.
But
I know.
that's why we gotta watch out for the bad ones. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
It's good talking with you too and everything.
How did I say your name?
It's Longfellow.
Longfellow.
Yeah, I'll give you my card.
I was trying to read out my contacts.
Yeah. Nope, that's okay. Yep, and then the second number is 24/7. So I've always got that.
All right, perfect.
And everything. So if you have questions or want to call anonymously, can't say that word, you go right ahead and stuff like that. Because I'm a deputy coroner also, so I use my phone for. It's just I just keep it with me for.
Just a jack of all trades, huh?
Yeah, so I do a little bit. I try to and stuff. Try to help.
Awesome.
Keep giving, you know what I mean?
I really appreciate you.
Very nice.
You definitely are a good face for this department.
Oh, I try. It's a little ugly and stuff like that. I'm losing all my hair, but
it happens to the best of us.
We just want to make things better for everybody around here.
That's good.
The best we can. So.
Well, you did a good job of making me feel more comfortable. I appreciate that.
So. Yeah, and I think as you find as this goes forward, you know, you'll get a lot of questions answered and some resolution and maybe even some, you know, maybe it's something that we retrain our guys, we reprimand, whatever has to be done. You know, I think in the end you'll be happy. So
perfect.
That's just that. I'm just throwing that out there. So.
Awesome. I really appreciate you. You get home safe. Will do.
Okay. Take care. Nice talking to you.
Yes. Thank you. Bye, honey. Thanks. All right, guys. So we ended up getting the FOIA, that Sergeant Longfellow was very, very kind. Very kind, actually. I was very impressed with him. And what his opinions and what he had to say. And Melissa, I'm not even going to say her last name because I couldn't even say it right after she told me because it was a hard one. But the officer Melissa did a great job when she couldn't find the FOIAs and all that. She called for help. She dug around on the internet. Eventually was able to obtain one. So that's awesome. Very impressed with the Normal Police Department, guys. Very impressed. It's going to be a long video because of our long chit-chat, but well worth it in my opinion. Good department to run into on Memorial Day. See them respecting our rights, treating me well, giving me no issue if I was too nervous to tell on one of their own, which is how it should be, because as we all know, myself and my brother, Justice Jake, were kidnapped while trying to turn in a complaint form. So it's great to see, guys. It really is. Breath of fresh air. And as he was talking about, we did just have a Champaign officer a couple weeks ago get murdered during a domestic call. He was shot and killed. So I totally can understand why he took quite some time to watch that video, because actually it was a pretty messed up situation, as obviously you can tell. But excellent job, Sergeant Jeff Longfellow. Very proud of him. Very impressed. And for Miss Melissa. Alright, guys. Well, I might hit a couple more here. Oh no, I kicked over my drug packet. I really did think these were Narcan the first time I got them from somewhere. But anyway, or like some Narcan type thing. But they're deactivators. That's cool. Those. But anyway, yeah, this is a long one, but hope you guys enjoy. Tell your friends, come back for more. Bye.